Right in the heart of Budapest, just steps from Hero Square, in the iconic Széchenyi Baths. Gundel isn't just a place to eat, it's a living piece of Hungarian history. Since it opened in 1894, Gundel has welcomed royalty, artists, diplomats, and locals alike, serving refined takes on the beloved national dishes of Hungary. In this three-part series, we're digging into the national level. Gundel's handpicked lineup of 11 standout Hungarian dishes, each one chosen to showcase the flavors and traditions that define the country's cuisine. We'll explore the lineup one course at a time, kicking things off, as all great meals do, with starters. We begin with a dish that's luxurious, indulgent, and uniquely Hungarian: goose liver pate, marinated with Tokaji Aszú. Foie gras is one of Hungary's most cherished ingredients, often brought out for special family gatherings. The fattened foie gras is cut into generous chunks and marinated in fragrant Tokaji wine. It's then gently cooked to keep that smooth, creamy texture. On top, there is a sprinkle of pistachio duck fat protein for extra richness. A silky cream infused with Tokaji Aszú and raisins adds a sweet touch that highlights the flavors of the pate
with the wine and also for the foie gras.
and amplifies every bite.
One part is sweeter, one part is sour.
It all comes together with a soft poppy seed roll on the side. Paired together, Tokaji Aszú and foie gras create a decadent flavor experience that's absolutely unforgettable.
I'm in heaven.
Next up, the rich, comforting Újházi chicken soup, packed with flavor thanks to its yellow fat.
Nice chicken has a really nice lard, yellow lard,
Yeah.
and the Hungarians wants to see on the top of the soup. If the lard is yellow, the chickens eat lots of seeds, you know, corn, wheat, or something. Can
The
be
secret:
not just,
slow cooking the broth for over 3 hours until the chicken is nice and tender. Only after this patient wait do the fresh veggies join the pot, adding layers of color and taste.
So chicken soup, it needs to be fresh, needs to be colorful.
At Gundel, they serve the broth and the rest of the soup separately. That way, the broth stays nice and clear, and the meat, veggies, and noodles keep their texture and flavor. It's a thoughtful touch that preserves the best of both parts. This classic dish brings back warm memories of grandma's cooking. The colors, the aroma, everything. We move on to Palóc lamb soup, a hearty, deeply flavorful dish. Made with tender lamb, sour cream, potatoes, and green beans, it's rather a comforting stew than a light starter.
Deal
Okay.
with lamb, sour cream, with paprika, the Hungarian base, the
And this is
combination.
veal oil.
Veal oil, yeah.
It's almost a full meal in one bowl, packed with a mix of veggies and tasty meat. The flavor is rich and bold, yet nicely balanced. Sour cream gives it a rich, creamy texture. Fresh dill and bay leaf add aroma, and a splash of tarragon vinegar gives it a bright, tangy kick that ties all the flavors together.
And now you can feel the potato.
And
meat
this is a
with it.
house recipe.
Yeah.
A grandma's.
exactly.
In this case, probably
Yeah.
grandpa's recipe.
But you feel maybe at first the lamb taste, and coming the dill, coming the flavor, coming the potato, sour taste. So you get the flavor, pam together, like you are in a like a concert with a big band and coming together. When you finish, you eat it all, you get it.
Despite what many think, goulash is actually soup, not a stew, and Gundel keeps it traditional. It's made with slow-cooked beef, paprika, veggies, and little noodles. The meat is cooked for 3 hours until it's perfectly tender. The noodles are made the traditional way, and a handful of fresh chopped greens add a bright, refreshing kick to every spoonful of this rich but smooth soup.
This is one of the most famous and most popular piece of our traditions. Now, in this age, it's a little bit lighter than actually 100 or 500 years ago. We had vegetables, we had herbs.
I love this color.
This is Hungary's national dish for a reason. It's hearty, comforting, and full of soul. From satiny foie gras to hearty goulash, these 4 dishes are more than just starters. They're a taste of Budapest's past and present. But now, it's time for the main event, the heart of the meal, the heavyweights. We start with Kárpáti fish, a refined take on pike perch, delivering the Danube right to your plate. This dish is all about balance. Golden, perfectly fried skin, topped with prawns, sautéed mushrooms, and shallots, finished with a drizzle of dill oil. And then there's the sauce, rich, creamy, built from fish bones and butter, the old school way.
So this is our special fish, Kárpáti perch with shrimps, with beautiful fresh mushrooms. I add it as the dill.
Freshwater fish, like pike perch, don't usually steal the spotlight. But this dish really makes you wonder why. It's bold, full of flavor, and a true tribute to local food culture.
So we're currently walking up to our ballroom. We call it Sisi, the Austrian-Hungarian emperor. And we're on the upper level of the house. Down there is the restaurant, where we divided the restaurant into 2. The lower level is much more a cafe, and the morning and lunchtime, well, the upper level is like the dining. And this is our magnificent, wonderful ballroom. It's all covered with gold, it's true gold. This is what it was in Hungary when the Austrian-Hungarian Empire was. The ballroom, the glamorous, and you can imagine people are dancing here.
I'm 100 years too late for that.
Next up, the legendary chicken paprikás. Maybe the most comforting thing you can eat in Hungary. Tender chicken, slow cooked in a rich, creamy paprika sauce, served with soft, hand-torn galushka dumplings. Simple, honest, unforgettable, like a warm hug on a plate.
What to say?
Nothing. This is our traditional paprika chicken with a deep combination flavored caramel, onion caramel of chicken sauce. With side is galushka. The garnish the pasta name is galushka with cucumber salad.
So do you actually cut this pasta? But
Yeah,
am I
how-
supposed to like cut it with knife now? Because
No.
like if you were Italian, you shouldn't cut it, right?
No. You can cut it because like it's a little bit difficult to eat sometimes.
No, it's not.
Not?
No.
This is Hungarian cooking at its core. Real food done right, straight from the soul. All right, next up, Mangalica Wiener Schnitzel.
This is Mangalica cutlet. Yeah, the typical funny name in Hungary, the Sunday meat.
Sunday meat.
Sunday, because the Hungarian families are almost all Sunday for lunch do cutlets. It's important for us.
Now, Mangalica isn't your regular pig. It's Hungary's heritage woolly pig, fatty, juicy, full of flavor, and absolutely worth the hype. So they take this glorious pig and fry it just right, golden, crispy outside, tender inside.
It's a Bécsi style.
Bécsi in Hungarian
Yeah,
is Vienna.
Vienna,
That's
yeah.
a Hungarian name for Vienna.
Yeah.
Bécsi.
Yeah. So on the side, parsley flavored, creamy boiled potato with mixed with butter, and red beetroot, pickled red beetroot. On the top is horseradish. For it's not spicy, but it's a really nice herb to do interesting.
kick.
Yeah, to do interesting.
Now, yeah, Wiener Schnitzel came from Austria, but Hungary took it, ran with it, and made it their own. It's part of the DNA now.
It's really simple flavor, really simple things, but when you eat it together, I think the combination, it can be really fresh.
In this house, in the upper level, this is where the family was living. And we have so many dedicated rooms, but one we actually kept as untouched as possible. The walls, the pictures, and papers from their lives. So basically, you can find all these diplomas, newspapers, passports I see down there.
It smells lovely. I love the smell.
Yeah, and this is the original true pieces. So that's Charles with his wife and the original picture. They look lovely, right? A lovely couple.
And finally, Bakony beef, named after the misty Bakony Mountains in western Hungary. Earthy, bold, and built to stand up to a serious glass of red. Beef, mushrooms, Mangalica lard, sour cream. Big flavors, no fluff.
Here's the Bakony style of the beef. The side dish is a chusa. Chusa is a pasta with cottage cheese. This is sour cream. Mangalica cracker.
This is wipe the plate plain food. Heavy on taste, light on pretension.
Paprika oil. Fresh Mangalica salad.
This is the kind of dish that doesn't care about trends. It just wants to taste good, and it does.
Yeah, this is the last main dish today. Is the Bakony style beef with chusa, with cottage cheese flavored chusa. The chusa is the typical Hungarian pasta.
No, not that sad supermarket stuff. Real Hungarian noodles, hand-torn, rustic, made to soak up every drop of that sauce.
Cooked like this, mixed with cottage cheese, and then we baked a little bit to get crispy and the caramel flavor also. Served with sour cream, cracker of Mangalica. I think also it's a good combination with this mushroom sauce.
You want flavor? That's where it lives. This isn't about reinventing anything. It's about doing it right. Just real food that tastes like it means it. So, we've eaten our way to the classics. Bold, timeless, wickedly rich. But it doesn't stop there. There is a curtain call, a final act, the sweet stuff, where sugar, fire, and a century of tradition come together. If you thought you were full, think again.
Rákóczi túros is a typical cottage cheesecake in Hungary.
It all starts with a simple, soft, buttery pastry, the kind of base that lets everything else breathe. Then comes the filling, a mousse made from fresh clotted curd, not from a tub, from a cow, rich with vanilla, impossibly light, like air with flavor. Next, a layer of peach jam made from hand-picked local peaches. And to finish, a spoonful of ice cream with a tart twist. Not vanilla, not chocolate, sour cream. Because nothing says indulgence like turning a baked potato topping into dessert. And somehow, it works.
Rákóczi túros, Rákóczi-style cottage cheesecake. For the last course, you eat the cottage cheese with sour cream for the beef, and now you will eat cottage cheese and sour cream with apricot for dessert.
People love to romanticize the story, but the real truth is simple. This iconic dessert isn't some royal legacy. It's a Gundel creation. This cake tells the story of a country without saying a word. It's been called the most Hungarian of Hungarian desserts for a reason.
So this part of the house where the family lived, this is where they have their private rooms. Now it's currently set up for different occasion. Of course, we're doing catering and we're having parties. So basically all these rooms are remodeled. But we try to keep the atmosphere. But you can imagine that 100 years ago, they all lived here. So the whole family was running up and forth here. This is our winter garden, or so-called sunroom. But this is where the family lived. And down there was the whole business running. The kitchen, the cooks, the chefs, and Charles himself, acting all day as a host.
Hey, we are here for the Gundel pancake.
Gundel pancake. Well, it ain't rocket science, but it is sacred. You start with a pancake. Not the half-hearted, out-of-the-box kind you toss on a skillet and forget. No, this one is loaded with real eggs for spot-on texture. The walnuts, toasted in syrup with orange peel, not just dumped in, because plain walnuts are not exactly exciting. Then comes a brush of sugar butter. Yes, sugar and butter, because clearly one rice isn't enough. And the flambé finish, that fiery flourish, turns a simple dessert into a showstopper. Next up, a proper chocolate glaze. Rich, glossy, serious. Topped with powdered sugar and more toasted walnuts. Because why stop now? No shortcuts, no substitutes.
So this combination for the sugar, for walnut, a little bitter, and caramelized flavor of the walnuts. You know, the rum and the orange with the chocolate sauce. So yeah, so this is the Gundel pancake.
I'm going for it.
Yeah. really rich pancake. The customers when arrive here to enjoy our dinner and they eat it for course, for the last one, they have to fight to eat it because it's really rich, the flavor, a little bit heavy of dessert, but we love it.
So why is it a true Hungarian classic? Because it's the real deal, not that random, knockoff, sugary syrup nonsense you find in tourist traps. Sure, it's everywhere, but rarely done right. Most places butcher it. No wonder tourists don't get the hype. The original, though, it's a legend.
In Hungary, we have two major china manufacturers. One is called Hearty and the other one's called Goulash. Gundel is unique because we're in contact with Goulash and the whole house runs with Goulash. We have everything for up to 3,000 people in-house or outside of the house for catering services. And this is heritage piece. Goulash only made it for us and for nobody else. And we're very, very proud of this china.
Somlói galuska. Somlói galuska is one of the most important recipe of this house.
But how do you make it the Gundel way? Simple, you don't fake it. You stick to the original. No shortcuts, no premixed junk. First off, this isn't your average sponge cake. This is proper baking. You start with not one, not two, but 3 sponge cakes. Because obviously, one flavor just won't cut it. Vanilla, walnut, cocoa, baked with care. Each layer is soaked in sweet syrup to keep the sponge moist and tender. Between the layers comes the custard, real vanilla custard. None of that powdered, wannabe stuff trying to pass as the real thing. The whole thing gets topped with roasted walnuts and rum-soaked raisins, because dessert should come with a little buzz. Next up, the chocolate. Thick, dark, intense. And just when you think it's over, a cloud of whipped cream lands on top. Not canned, not frozen, the kind made by folks who still know how to milk a cow.
Chocolate sauce, raisin, caramelized walnuts. Also rich, but more freshness, more light flavor.
So how did this end up in the Gundel Hall of Fame? 1958, Brussels, World's Fair. Hungary served it up, and people lost their minds. Medals, trophies, praise. This cake stole the show and put all other desserts in their place.
I love these raisins.
Why? Because it's absurdly good. When it's done right, with proper ingredients, a little time, and 0 corner cutting, it's a culinary knockout. Gundel's desserts aren't just sugary finales. The Budapest legacy, crafted by generations who made the simple unforgettable. If you're lucky enough to try it, savor every bite. Because moments like these, they don't come around often.